G'day guys and welcome to Raging Rhino. So if you didn't know, Indiana Jones 5, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, or Indiana Jones and the Death of Disney, has actually been released for the last week and a half now, week and a bit maybe. And it's just, I might be a little bit late on this, but of course the premiere was a couple of weeks prior to that. And I just saw something today that actually made me laugh. And I just want to share this with you, give you my thoughts on it. And of course, we'll have a bit of a laugh together about this because to me, this is fucking hilarious. So let me get straight into this. This is at the premiere of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And of course, we had Steven Spielberg there, George Lucas there, James Mangold, the director of this movie there, Harrison Ford, Kathleen Kennedy. Obviously, it was a big stage production thing that they did. And of course, they're just releasing the movie and as they do at premieres. But let's take a listen to what Steven Spielberg has to say here.
Okay, one last thing. There are three indispensable people without whom none of us would be here tonight. And that starts with the person who created Indiana Jones, George Lucas. The person who is Indiana Jones, Harrison.
I just want to point out, just going back to this shot here, like George does look quite defeated and I don't know exactly how he feels. We all don't really know exactly how he feels. We sort of know how he feels about Star Wars by saying that, you know, the 6 movies is his philosophy and his things, and him standing next to Kathleen Kennedy there. I don't think him being at the premiere is an indication of him being okay with what's happening. I just think that obviously he's got an invite, he's got some shares in Disney, and of course he is going to be there for the premiere of an IP that he created.
Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford. And the person who is the glue to all 5 of these films that gave us all of our rhythm and all of our melody, the great maestro, John Williams.
Okay, so I'm going to end it there in regards to this clip and this video here. I just find it really funny that Kathleen Kennedy gets snubbed in this. Now you see in this still shot here, she's obviously smiling, maybe might be a little bit happy, but the reason why I actually saw this clip was because of this short that came out here. Now when he finally finishes off with John Williams, just take a look at Kathleen Kennedy's reaction to this. It is hilarious.
There are 3 indispensable people without whom none of us would be here tonight, and that starts with the person who created Indiana Jones, George Lucas. The person who is Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford. And the person who is the glue to all 5 of these
Look at her
films
face.
that gave us all of our rhythm and all of our melody, the great maestro, John Williams.
Look at her face. Now she's smiling.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
There. Look at that. Look at that for a still shot. She's like, how dare you mention these 3 men and not mention me, the president of Lucasfilm? That's the thought that goes through my head when I see her reacting to Steven Spielberg saying this. So basically, Kathleen Kennedy has been snubbed by Steven Spielberg at the premiere of Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And I think it's absolutely hilarious based on the amount of attention and importance Kathleen Kennedy puts on women in Hollywood and women in cinema and women on the screen and women behind the scenes and diversity and representation and all this kind of garbage that goes on now. And you can tell just in that still shot there how pissed she is that she didn't get actually a mention from Steven Spielberg. And look, Steven Spielberg walked away from this movie. Didn't want anything to do with it. Now, I think he's still credited as an executive producer. So is George Lucas. And I don't think George Lucas had anything to do with this movie. I even think George Lucas has a credit for the story of this movie. And I don't think he's actually got anything to do with it. Because when you look up the writers, there's like 4 or 5 writers. And again, it's that whole culmination of these diverse storytellers coming together and having all these different ideas and throwing them in. And that's probably why this movie has cost so much, because of the amount of reshoots and the amount of hoop jumping that they had to do to actually come out with this movie. Now, I've seen the movie. I think it's absolute garbage. I think it's an absolute abomination of Indiana Jones, just like all the Star Wars stuff that Disney comes out with. But I do find it hilarious that Kathleen Kennedy gets snubbed by Steven Spielberg at the premiere, and you can plainly see that she wasn't happy about it. It's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I know I'm a little bit late with this because the premiere was like 3 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks ago. And, but like I said, I just came across this. I just saw it and I thought it was hilarious. Wanted to share it with you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.